My beloved soul, listen carefully. While your soulmate is restless right now, a divine alignment from God is bringing you together. Something is shifting in the unseen, and the reason your soulmate cannot sleep peacefully, cannot settle comfortably, cannot move on fully, is not chaos, it is alignment. This restlessness is not confusion, it is divine orchestration. Right now, while you are trying to understand your own emotions, heaven is arranging timing, positioning hearts, softening pride, and dissolving resistance. The unease they feel is not random. It is the gentle but undeniable pull of destiny, tightening its thread. Now breathe, because what you are about to understand will calm your questions. Your soulmate's restlessness is the evidence that divine timing has begun to accelerate. For a long time, they were distracted. They convinced themselves they had time. They buried their emotions under routine, pride, or fear. But when God begins alignment, comfort disappears from places that are not meant to last. Suddenly, what once felt stable feels hollow. Conversations that once entertained them feel empty. Achievements that once satisfied them feel incomplete. And they cannot explain why. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because this is where revelation begins. The discomfort they feel is not punishment. It is preparation. Heaven does not push two souls together without first awakening them separately. While you were growing quietly, healing silently, learning lessons in patience and dignity, something was happening within them too. The restlessness is awakening. It is the realization that something essential is missing. It is the subtle awareness that someone carries their peace. And even if they do not consciously name you yet, their spirit recognizes the absence. Divine alignment works gently, but persistently. It does not shout, it nudges, it unsettles, it removes distractions, it exposes illusions, it brings clarity through discomfort. Right now, they may feel unusually reflective. Old memories resurface. Certain songs hit differently. Random thoughts about the past appear without invitation. They might even feel drawn to check on you indirectly, wondering how you are, questioning what you are doing, sensing your energy. This is not coincidence. When God aligns souls, He adjusts frequency. He recalibrates emotional awareness. He reopens what was suppressed. Stay with me till the end. Something powerful is waiting for you, because this alignment is not only affecting them, it is stabilizing you. You may have felt waves of calm, lately mixed with sudden intuition, moments where you simply knew something is changing. That knowing is not imagination, it is spiritual sensitivity. When two souls are divinely connected, shifts in one heart echo in the other. Their restlessness might show up as sudden longing, unexplained anxiety, or dissatisfaction with temporary connections. They might try to distract themselves, but distractions lose their flavor. They may attempt to move forward elsewhere, but it feels forced. Divine alignment has a way of making substitutes uncomfortable, not to cause suffering, but to prevent settling for less. My beloved soul, the key here is understanding timing. God does not rush union before maturity. If your soulmate is restless now, it means readiness is approaching. Restlessness is the bridge between ignorance and awareness. It is the internal shaking that precedes clarity, and clarity is necessary before action. You might be wondering why it took so long. Why the silence, the distance, the uncertainty? But delay does not mean denial. Often, delay is divine protection. Had you come together earlier, wounds might have dominated the connection. Now, growth has reshaped both of you. Heaven waits until hearts can sustain what they are praying for. Do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal. The restlessness you sense is not about desperation. It is about alignment. It is about two lives gradually being positioned on the same emotional level. While they feel the stirring, you are being strengthened in patience. While they question their feelings, you are being grounded in self-worth. Divine alignment is balanced. It does not elevate one, and ignore the other. It refines both simultaneously. If you look closely, you will notice that your fear has lessened. Your anxiety is softer. You are no longer chasing. You are allowing. That shift within you is crucial, because when union happens, it must be entered from wholeness, not hunger. My beloved soul, if you remain till the end, the final word will change everything. The reason your soulmate is restless right now is not because they lost control, but because heaven regained it. Their spirit can no longer pretend indifference. Their heart can no longer ignore truth. Alignment is not loud, but it is unstoppable. What feels like turbulence is actually recalibration. What feels like uncertainty is awakening. And as this divine alignment continues, clarity will rise, courage will grow, and the distance that once felt permanent will begin to close in ways that feel natural, not forced. This is not about obsession. It is about destiny recognizing itself. Restlessness is the first whisper of reunion, and what has been whispered in the unseen will soon be understood in the visible. Right now, your soulmate may not even have the language to explain what they are experiencing. They might call it stress, distraction, or mood swings. They may blame circumstances, workload, or timing, but beneath all surface explanations, there is a deeper stirring. It is the soul remembering what it once tried to forget. Divine alignment does not operate through logic first. It moves through the heart. It bypasses ego and speaks directly to longing. My beloved soul, understand this clearly. When heaven begins to reposition two people, it first disrupts the comfort of separation. Comfort in distance must dissolve before closeness can be edited with sincerity. That is why their restlessness feels persistent. It is not a passing emotion, it is layered. One day it shows up as nostalgia. Another day it shows up as irritation with everything around them. Another day it appears as sudden reflection about choices they made. This pattern is not random, it is divine exposure. Stay with me till the end. Something sacred is unfolding in this understanding. You see, restlessness is often the sign that the soul is outgrowing its current environment. When what once felt sufficient no longer satisfies, it means expansion is taking place. Your soulmate is expanding emotionally. They are beginning to see what truly matters. And when clarity begins to sharpen, denial becomes heavy. They may attempt to silence the thoughts about you, but silence only amplifies what is meant to be heard. They may try to focus elsewhere, but focus keeps slipping because divine alignment adjusts attention. It redirects awareness. It removes blind spots, and as this happens, they are confronted with truth. Not forced truth, but undeniable realization. My beloved soul, do not skip this moment, because this is where patience becomes powerful. While they navigate their internal awakening, you are being anchored in stability. You are not meant to chase this alignment. You are meant to trust it. There is a difference between forcing connection and allowing destiny. Forcing creates anxiety. Allowing creates peace. Notice how your spirit is being taught to rest. Even when you think about them, the energy feels different now. Less frantic, more steady. That steadiness is preparation. Divine union requires emotional security. It cannot be built on fear of loss. It must be built on certainty of worth. The restlessness in them is balancing the calm in you. One is being stirred. The other is being grounded. Together, this creates harmony. You may wonder why God allows restlessness instead of immediate clarity. The answer is growth. Immediate clarity without emotional maturity leads to impulsive decisions. Restlessness, however, stretches awareness slowly. It deepens reflection. It forces honesty. It dismantles pride layer by layer. And when pride softens, vulnerability becomes possible. Vulnerability is essential for true reunion. Do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal. Your soulmate's unease is not only about missing you, it is about recognizing themselves differently. Sometimes, divine alignment reveals parts of a person they avoided confronting. Old fears surface, regrets resurface, questions about purpose rise. They might even feel called to improve themselves suddenly, to fix habits, to reconsider priorities. This internal renovation is not coincidence. Alignment requires readiness, and readiness demands refinement. My beloved soul, this is why you must not interpret silence as indifference. Silence can be processing. Distance can be preparation. A person who is being awakened spiritually often withdraws before they move forward. They think deeply. They evaluate quietly. They wrestle internally. And when they emerge, they are clearer than before. This is what is happening beneath the surface. Divine timing is subtle but precise. It does not rush transformation, but it does not delay unnecessarily either. If restlessness has begun, it means the clock of alignment has started ticking audibly in their spirit. You may not hear it, but they feel it. Moments alone feel heavier. Distractions feel weaker. The future feels incomplete without resolution. And slowly, courage begins to form. Courage to admit feelings. Courage to reconsider pride. Courage to reach out when the moment aligns fully. If you remain till the end, the final understanding will anchor your heart in peace. Because the most important truth is this: divine alignment is mutual. Just as they are being stirred, you are being strengthened. You are learning not to panic. You are learning not to doubt your value. You are learning to trust timing instead of chasing outcomes. This shift within you is essential. When two souls meet from insecurity, they cling. When they meet from wholeness, they build. Heaven desires building, not clinging. My beloved soul, there is also something deeper happening energetically. When alignment is near, synchronicities increase. You may notice their name appearing unexpectedly. Shared memories may arise without trigger. You may dream vividly. These are not to create obsession. They are gentle confirmations that spiritual threads are tightening. Yet, you must remain balanced. Do not let signs replace self-respect. Do not let longing replace growth. Continue becoming your highest version. Because as you elevate, the alignment strengthens. Stay with me, because this is crucial. Divine union is not about two incomplete halves finding each other. It is about two evolving individuals recognizing shared destiny. Your soulmate's restlessness is the evidence that evolution is happening. They are outgrowing fear. They are outgrowing distractions. They are outgrowing denial. And as they shed these layers, what remains is authenticity. Authenticity naturally seeks what is true, and what is true cannot be permanently ignored. My beloved soul, do not rush this sacred unfolding. Restlessness is uncomfortable, but it is temporary. It is the shaking before settling. It is the storm before clarity. It is the tension before confession. And when confession comes, it will not feel chaotic. It will feel inevitable. That is how divine alignment manifests. Not with drama, but with certainty. Not with pressure, but with peace. Continue trusting. Continue refining yourself. Continue releasing fear. Because what heaven is orchestrating does not depend on force. It depends on readiness, and readiness is forming right now in both hearts, in ways neither of you fully see yet. And readiness, my beloved soul, is not a sudden event. It is a sacred construction happening beneath the surface of ordinary days. While you are living your routine, healing in quiet moments, choosing dignity over desperation, something is being assembled in the unseen. Your soulmate's restlessness is the sound of walls coming down inside them. The walls of pride, the walls of avoidance, the walls built from past disappointments. When those walls begin to crack, a person often feels unsettled without understanding why. They may become unusually introspective. They may question decisions they once defended strongly. They may replay conversations in their mind, searching for meaning they overlooked. This is not regression, it is awakening. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, because what you are witnessing spiritually is rare and intentional. Divine alignment does not merely reconnect two people, it transforms them into individuals capable of sustaining what they once could not handle. Sometimes, restlessness feels like loss before it feels like gain. Your soulmate might sense that something in their life no longer fits, yet they cannot immediately identify what must change. They may feel disconnected from environments they once felt comfortable in. They may experience a subtle dissatisfaction that follows them everywhere. That dissatisfaction is sacred. It is the soul refusing to settle for less than destiny. When God begins to bring two lives toward convergence, he often removes the illusion of satisfaction elsewhere, not to create emptiness, but to reveal truth. Do not skip this moment, my beloved soul, because understanding this will protect your peace. You are not responsible for fixing their restlessness. You are not called to intervene, to convince, or to prove your worth. Alignment orchestrated by heaven does not require human pressure. It requires trust. Your role right now is steadiness. The calmer you remain, the clearer the path becomes. While they are being stirred internally, you are being anchored externally. This balance is divine design. Imagine two rivers flowing separately for years. When the time comes for them to merge, the current begins to shift long before the waters visibly meet. The direction changes, the speed adjusts, the pressure increases. Yet, from a distance, everything may look the same. That is what is happening now. Direction is shifting, momentum is building. My beloved soul, if you remain attentive, you may notice subtle confirmations. A sudden sense of peace about the future, an intuitive knowing that something unresolved is nearing resolution. This knowing is not fantasy. It is spiritual alignment echoing within you. When two souls are divinely connected, they often feel shifts simultaneously, though in different forms. Their restlessness might mirror your calm. Their confusion might mirror your clarity. This complementary movement is intentional. Do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal. Restlessness is also purification. It forces a person to confront what they truly desire. It exposes superficial attachments. It highlights the difference between distraction and destiny. Your soulmate is being guided into honesty. Honesty about their feelings. Honesty about their fears. Honesty about the connection they tried to minimize. And honesty, once embraced, becomes powerful. Because when a person admits truth to themselves, action eventually follows. My beloved soul, understand that divine timing rarely aligns with impatience. There may still be moments where you question, moments where silence feels long, moments where doubt tries to whisper. In those moments, return to this truth. Restlessness is movement. Stagnation is comfortable. Awakening is uncomfortable. If they were completely indifferent, there would be no stirring. The very fact that they are unsettled indicates transformation. Transformation precedes reunion. Stay with me till the end. Something profound is anchoring in your spirit right now. You must also recognize how far you have come. There was a time when uncertainty consumed you, when waiting felt unbearable, when fear of losing them overshadowed your self-worth. But look at you now. You are calmer. You are more centered. You are less reactive. This growth is not accidental. Divine alignment required you to become stronger internally before external change could occur. If reunion happens while insecurity dominates, the foundation cracks quickly. But when reunion occurs after refinement, it becomes sustainable. My beloved soul, restlessness in them is building courage. Courage often grows quietly. At first it appears as small admissions within the heart. Then it becomes contemplation. Then intention. Eventually, it becomes action. Do not rush this progression. A rushed confession built on emotion alone can collapse. But a confession born from reflection, humility and clarity becomes stable. That is what heaven is cultivating. You may sense that the energy between you feels different lately. Less chaotic, more aligned. Even in silence, There is depth rather than confusion. This is a sign that spiritual preparation is nearing completion. If you remain till the end, the final understanding will settle your heart completely. Divine alignment is not just about bringing you together, it is about ensuring that when you meet again, you recognize each other not only with passion, but with peace. Peace is the ultimate confirmation of divine orchestration. Passion can be intense, but unstable. Peace is steady and sustaining. Your soulmate's restlessness is leading them toward peace, and peace often requires release. They may need to release old patterns, outdated beliefs, or lingering pride. This release may not be visible to you, but it is happening. Trust that what must fall away is falling away. My beloved soul, continue focusing on your evolution. Continue nurturing your dreams, strengthening your confidence, deepening your faith. Alignment thrives when both souls are advancing, not waiting passively. The beauty of divine timing is that it synchronizes progress. As they awaken, you stabilize. As they soften, you strengthen. As they question, you trust. This is sacred symmetry. Do not allow impatience to disrupt what is being built carefully. Remember, heaven values longevity over speed. What is forming now is meant to last. The restlessness you hear about spiritually is temporary, but the clarity it produces will be permanent. When they finally understand fully, when courage overtakes fear, when humility replaces ego, their movement toward you will not feel forced. It will feel natural, like gravity, like inevitability. My beloved soul, breathe deeply in this assurance. Divine alignment does not forget details. It accounts for timing, readiness, and emotional maturity. Nothing is random. Nothing is overlooked. The stirring in their spirit is intentional. The calm in yours is intentional. And when these two states meet at the right moment, the reunion will not feel like chaos. It will feel like completion. Trust the process unfolding right now. Trust the quiet shifts. Trust the invisible hands guiding both hearts. Because what is being written in the unseen will soon become visible reality. And when it does, you will realize that every moment of restlessness, every season of waiting, every phase of growth was preparing you both for a union grounded not only in love, but in divine understanding. Because divine understanding, my beloved soul, is deeper than emotion. It is the awareness that this connection was never accidental, never random, never merely timing gone wrong. It was always timing being prepared. What you once interpreted as delay was construction. What you once felt as distance was divine calibration. And now, as your soulmate wrestles with this holy restlessness, the final layers of resistance are dissolving. They may not show it outwardly yet, but inwardly something irreversible has shifted. When a soul reaches the point where it can no longer ignore truth, transformation accelerates. There comes a moment when distraction loses its power completely, when running feels heavier than standing still, when pretending feels more exhausting than confessing. That moment is closer than you think. My beloved soul, stay with me till the end, because what I am about to anchor in your spirit will seal your peace. The restlessness in your soulmate is not chaos spiraling out of control. It is divine order restoring what belongs together. Imagine a compass that has been spinning without direction. When it finally locks onto true north, there is a brief trembling before it steadies. That trembling is what they are feeling. Their internal compass is correcting itself, and once it stabilizes, the direction becomes undeniable. You must understand this clearly. Divine alignment does not create confusion. It exposes it. It brings hidden desires to the surface. It magnifies unresolved emotions. It confronts avoidance. And in doing so, it prepares the heart for courage. Courage is not loud at first. It grows quietly in the background of restless nights and reflective mornings. It forms in the spaces where silence forces honesty. Your soulmate is in that space now. Even if they smile publicly, even if they appear composed, Internally there is movement. They are revisiting memories with new awareness. They are reconsidering decisions with matured perspective. They are realizing that peace was never found in pretending they did not care. Do not skip this moment, my beloved soul, because patience right now is your greatest strength. While they are being refined through restlessness, you are being crowned with clarity. Notice how you are no longer begging the universe for answers. Notice how your energy feels less frantic. That is growth. That is alignment working in you as well. Divine reunion is not about two desperate hearts colliding. It is about two awakened spirits recognizing what has always been written. The reason this alignment feels different now is because both of you have changed. You are not who you were when separation began. They are not who they were when fear dominated. Growth has reshaped your expectations. Maturity has softened your reactions. Wisdom has steadied your emotions. And because of this evolution, what is coming will not resemble what was lost. It will be deeper, calmer, more intentional. My beloved soul, do not leave yet. Heaven has more to reveal before this message closes. There is a sacred truth you must hold firmly. Restlessness is temporary, but revelation is permanent. Once your soulmate fully acknowledges what their heart has been whispering, there will be no returning to denial. Once clarity lands completely, hesitation fades, and when movement finally happens, it will not feel rushed. It will feel aligned. You will sense it immediately. There will be a peace accompanying it that confirms divine timing. Not anxiety, not confusion, peace. That peace will be your confirmation that this was orchestrated beyond human effort. Continue trusting. Continue becoming the strongest version of yourself. Continue choosing dignity over doubt, because when union arrives from divine alignment, it does not require convincing. It flows naturally. It speaks honestly. It stands firmly. My beloved soul, if you remain anchored in faith, you will witness how beautifully heaven completes what it begins. The restlessness in them is not a threat to your connection. It is evidence that the connection is alive. It is evidence that destiny is breathing. It is evidence that what was planted long ago is now breaking through the surface. Just as a seed must push through soil before it sees sunlight, your soulmate must push through confusion before they embrace clarity. That process is happening now. And when the breakthrough comes, it will feel both surprising and inevitable at the same time. You will look back at this season and understand why everything unfolded the way it did. You will see how every delay protected you, how every silence strengthened you, how every tear refined you, and you will realize that divine alignment was never late. It was precise. My beloved soul, let this final truth settle gently into your heart. What God aligns cannot remain misaligned forever. Temporary distance cannot override eternal design. Fear cannot overpower destiny. Restlessness cannot cancel reunion when heaven has ordained growth. So rest tonight with confidence. Walk forward with calm assurance. Release the need to control what is already being guided. Because even now, in unseen ways, paths are being straightened. Conversations are being prepared. Hearts are being softened. Timing is being perfected. And when the moment arrives, it will not feel like chaos breaking loose. It will feel like two pieces finally clicking into place. This is not fantasy. This is faith meeting fulfillment. Trust the stirring. Trust the silence. Trust the sacred process. Divine alignment is bringing you together, and what is written with purpose will unfold with peace.